Guys, happy full moon in Pisces. I never really do messages on here, so I figured that I would pull some surrender oracle cards just to see what the collective needs to surrender with this full moon in Pisces, what's holding us back, because the sign of Pisces is very much associated with our subconscious mind, our dreams, our ideals. So right now there are some things that we may need to break through or examine on a deeper level, on a soul level, in order to really start to achieve the things we want or to expand and grow outward, because Pisces is ruled by Jupiter, but it's really because of that subconscious association about going inward and looking at what we need to kind of explore within ourselves, within our subconscious mind, our emotions, our subconscious motivations, to again bring that externally and have more in our own lives, and whether it's more happiness, more success, more fulfillment overall. So, what's the collective surrendering, Spirit? Drag us. Whoa, resentments flew out on the ground. Frustration. All right, so I guess we're mad. Surrender resentment says holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward toward positive situations in your life. And then surrender frustrations. What I'm hearing is there's a lot of things that are unspoken, that have been left unspoken for this collective. It just feels like you really need to get these things off of your chest, or really just learn how to accept people for how they are. A lot of people right now in the collective seem to be frustrated because we also have the Mercury retrograde in Libra right now. That just went retrograde, and Libra is a sign that's associated with relationships. And this full moon in Pisces is actually conjunct Juno, which is another asteroid related to our partnerships, what we're seeking from another person who complements us. So with this resentment and frustration, Libra being associated with the scales, it feels that a lot of connections are not balanced, or there isn't an equal give and take, or things aren't moving along at like a steady pace. Like somebody here in this group, whoever it resonates with, of course, feels upset or disappointed due to this. And so can we get more cards? Surrender to divine timing. Yeah, Spirit is saying chill out, bro. And the frustration card, I'm seeing the sentence here stands out to me. Frustration doesn't open any doors. You guys are looking for a way. Some of you, I just heard a way out. Some of you guys are looking for like a way through. Spirit is saying the only way out is through. And so there's a need, like if you are, I just heard I'm seeing a flashlight and seeing like the light at the end of the tunnel kind of imagery. So Spirit is like saying, keep going, just keep going, feel it out, trusting with the Pisces full moon. This is really about trusting your intuition and your instincts at this time. So with surrender to divine timing, this resentment, these frustrations are blocking your intuition. A lot of you know what you know, and you're not really trusting yourself and the timing of it all, and the fact that you're not seeing what you know, but because you're not seeing the results, or you're not seeing things move quickly enough, it's like you're becoming frustrated and you're lacking faith in Spirit. Yeah, they're literally telling you to sit your ass down. That's so funny. I'm hearing that energy too, like sit down, like chill, like calm down, surrender to non-action. Now is not the time to now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. So this could also, I'm also seeing this like standstill between you and another person. This could be romantic for some of you, a job or a business partner or a friend even, where both of you guys are being kind of stubborn to each other. So as much as this card says surrender to non-action, it feels there's a need to get over yourself. Like Spirit is saying stop being petty. And maybe there is I just heard sit in timeout. So maybe some of you guys are actually being put in timeout with this surrender to divine timing, because Spirit is saying you're kind of being extra. You're kind of not seeing how your own ego, your own emotions, your own expectations, or what's that called? Denial in a sense even, is blocking you from getting what you actually want, or going about what you want in the proper way so that you can receive it and you can keep it and you can sustain it and maintain it. Right now it's you think you're rushing the process, or you want the easy way out, or you don't understand why you're being put through this kind of thing, and you're really taking a victim stance, and Spirit is really humbling you. This is literally I'm hearing be humble, sit down. And so that's so funny. Yeah, you guys are needing to sit down. Like I said, you're being put in timeout, and Spirit is saying you don't know everything. You got surrender your need to always be right. So funny. I'm channeling Virgo placements, so if you have Virgo placements and you're feeling this resonates with you, it definitely is for you guys. it's Virgo season too, so it makes sense. You might be like, I don't feel like I'm getting all the things I want in my season. What's going on? And it's because your season is also about refinement. It's also about balance. It's also about, like, when it comes to the daily ins and outs and the things that you need to tend to, your responsibilities, your obligations, it's all about that. So if you're not doing those things, if you're not doing the things that Spirit's been guiding you to do, or, you know, whether it's the healing, the self-work, the self-care, like all that, you're not really going to get what it is that you've been waiting for. Because some of you guys, are almost like, again, I'm hearing the in denial again, or you think, when Spirit said earlier, you surrender to your need to always be right, and they're like, because you're not always right, I hear, like, you need to stop thinking you are. Like, you need to, like, be humble again. You need to be willing to see when you're wrong. You need to be willing to accept it and not be, like, defensive or shameful, or, you know, with this frustration and the resentments. Like, there could even be some situations where other people have pulled away from you, or, like, they're not talking to you, and that could even be why they're saying, like, you don't go to this person, like, let them come to you, because people could be a little bit frustrated with you, or frustrated with how stubborn you are, and it's almost like they're just giving you your space to figure it out, or for them to even try to, like, cut you some slack. Because right now it does feel like I said earlier at the beginning, like someone's angry. It does feel like someone's either angry at you. You could both be angry at each other, but it just feels like there needs to be space. Like, whether you're in a separation with this person, whether they're just not talking to you, they've ghosted you, whether they've cut you off, or say you're at work, because for some of you it feels like a boss and they've, like, cut your hours, or they've, like, put you in a different position or something like that. All of these things feel like it's best for both parties, because if you kept going at each other the way that you were, you would have never been able to see eye to eye. You would have said the wrong thing. You would have said things you didn't mean. You know what I mean? And so there feels a need to, like, really accept this time apart and reflect. Like, that time sitting in time out, that's what that's about. I feel like I've channeled this message, like, a few videos back. So anywho, it's interesting, Spirit, like, I was called to say this and I was called to post this. So just keep this in mind with this Pisces full moon. Full moons are about the things you need to release. Mercury retrograde is going to cause us to reflect, especially on our relationships. And the other card you got was surrender unhealthy relationships. So I think for some of you guys, it's also going to be about, like, do you even need this person in your life? Or, like, how can you be more balanced in your connections? Because it's like some of you guys want this person back, but you haven't quite learned the lesson, or you haven't quite seen how you were contributing to it, or how, again, maybe your own patience, your own ego, your own frustrations, you know, have been contributing to, like, these I'm hearing toxic and volatile dynamics where, like, maybe you guys fight a lot, maybe you're not, like, seeing eye to eye, maybe there's a lot of passive aggression and things like that, and it just feels like there's a need to, like, really take a step back from this. If you guys are like, no, I don't want to leave this person, or afraid to break up, or, like, initiate a separation or something like that, it feels like it's really time to let go and stop trying to force something that isn't working, obviously, kind of thing. And if it's meant to be, it will be, because you got surrender worry as well. So for those of you who are worried, or, like, you know, feeling anxious about this, especially if you've already gone into the separation and you're hoping, like, that you guys reconnect, and that you're like, okay, when is this gonna pick up again? Like, is this person gonna reach out to me? You know what I mean? Like, I understand, and some of you know you messed up, or some of you may almost feel like you messed up, but this person also messed up, so, like, the way that they're treating you isn't fair, kind of thing. It's interesting, you guys. But, like, don't worry, Spirit is saying. Like, Spirit is saying that the people who maybe never show up again, kind of thing, or who, like, ghost you and never tell you how they really felt, or things like that, they weren't supposed to be in your life, you know? And a part of you is a little frustrated, because it's like, for some of you, you feel like you knew these people, or you may have invested so much into these people, or how could you have, like, you know, not seen this coming, kind of thing. Like, you're blindsided a bit. But Spirit is saying that in a way you're also, like, because you may still not have full clarity on why they're not talking to you, or why they're upset, or, you know, and they're not even really telling me. But it's just saying that, like, some of these people, you were being protected. It's not that they were going to harm you or anything, but it just seems like they were a distraction in your life. They were blocking you from, like, what you really needed to be doing or focusing on. And you were putting so much, like, I'm hearing drama. Like, there was drama involved. You were putting so much emotion and energy into these people that it just wasn't really helpful. And so I think that both of you just, even for many of you, it feels like it's just a matter of like time and space and like focusing on yourselves, doing your separate healing so that you guys can come back together and talk. For others of you who just like feels like, I don't think I'll ever talk to this person again, know that Spirit is like kind of did that and made this happen for your highest good. But for those of you who feel called to like talk to someone, especially in this Mercury retrograde, funny enough, Spirit is saying like give it time. Don't be impulsive, basically. Many of you need to like let this other person come to you. So just, yeah, don't rush anything. Don't say anything you don't mean or try to like force anything again. You know, if you've been like waiting, like I've been waiting for this person to reach out, I'm just gonna do it. Like Spirit says that's not the right thing to do, because some of you guys also need to work on boundaries, work on standing your ground, work on like almost not reading into, because that's what I see it is like that's why you've been distracted, because maybe some of you could be like empaths or like have a tendency to like read into everything. Or if someone's being like, why are you being weird to me, it's like I'm gonna now like try to figure out why this person's feeling off, or how I can change that, or how I can make things better. And it's like, if this person isn't mature enough to come to you and tell you, then they obviously have shit that they still need to work through, and you need to just give them that space, basically. But I just saw 11/11 on the time when I was saying that. So yeah, this could be a new start for some of you guys also, I feel, at some point during the retrograde. But yeah, right now Spirit's just saying chill, breathe, focus on you, try to like, you know, do other things, like focus on other things where your life needs your attention, basically. But this is gonna, if it's meant to be, it'll be. Imora just posted a message like that, so I swear, and I retweeted it, so that's really interesting. If it's meant to be, it'll be. If it isn't, it won't, you know? So leave it at that. Don't work yourself up. Trust in Spirit. Like, with the Pisces full moon being so connected to, like, the spiritual realm and our subconscious mind, like, Spirit's really asking you to trust in them right now and let go of anything else that you're holding on to when it comes to those attachments that are preventing you from, like, having peace and being like happy and okay with where you're at in your life. You know what I mean? Some of you guys are really victimizing yourselves, feeling like the world is against you, or people are even against you, and that's not the case here. The universe is actually conspiring for you, Spirit is saying. So keep that in mind, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.